All right, Drive Radio fans, we've got a review today for you, which is not always the case, but this is the all-new, totally new 2015 Toyota Camry. What I mean is that's not always the case. A lot of times they do some, car makers will do refreshes and they'll change a few things and so on, but this is all new for 2015 Toyota Camry, bumper to bumper, floor pan to roof, all the interior. The only thing on this car left over from the 2014 model is the roof. That's it. Everything else on this car has been totally redone. You can see it just looks sleeker, it's more stylish, and just an FYI, some of you probably already know this, Toyota Camry, best-selling car in America, 12 years running. So, that's why you see a lot of them on the road. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? We're going to talk about that through some of the review today. Toyota's done some great things on this car. 3.5-liter engine like they've had, 268 horsepower. Car runs extremely well. Front-wheel drive. They make this in an SE, LE, XLE, and the hybrid version, of course, which is up and around the 40 mile to the gallon. Apologize for a little bit of the dirt on it. As you can see, we still have snow and such here in Colorado. It was wet up until this morning. We just got dry roads finally this morning, so apologize for a little bit of the dirt. But good looking car, good looking color. This particular model that we're driving, this is an XLE, $36,000 and some change. This one comes with a rear spoiler. Richard's kind of showing you up in front there some of the fluting around the mirrors that they do. They do that back here on the taillights also. A lot of that is for aerodynamics to try to help the car get through the wind better, increase the fuel economy. But again, good looking car. I'm just going to let Richard kind of walk around, which he's been doing already, take some shots of the car. Again, all new for 2015. Everything except for the roof has been changed. Over 2,000 parts on this car have been changed, and they've done a great job. Toyota's, this is a staple car, as you know, for Toyota. I mean, there's, I think, if I remember right from the launch, they had a launch here in Denver. If Camry was its own car company, in other words, if this is the only car that Toyota built and Camry was all by itself, wasn't a Toyota Camry, but it was just a Camry, it would be in the top 10 most, highest producing automobile manufacturers in the world today. That's how many of these they've actually produced. We're going to take a drive in just a moment. We'll come back and do the interior. And I realize, Camry is a staple car. It competes very well in its market, or it wouldn't be the #1 selling car in America. Are there other cars you can go out and find that have different things on it? Yeah, there are. Well, in fact, we just drove the Hyundai Sonata. We did a review on that. You can see that in the sidebar. Check that review out. Good car. How does it compare to the Camry? You know what? We're going to go through the review and find out. Keep in mind, Camry, for a lot of the other manufacturers, this has become the standard of what other people are working towards. That's why Toyota has refreshed the Camry, I believe, 3 times. Don't quote me on this, but I think 3 times in 5 years they've done a refresh, and this was a total rebuild of the car, not even a refresh. Again, over 2,000 parts new on the Toyota Camry for 2015. We'll take a drive and we'll come right back. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the intro. We'll come back to the interior in just a moment. We'll show you a few interior features. Again, Colorado, wintertime, fairly cold, so we're trying to cut some of the outside stuff down just a tad so we can do some more things interior-wise for you. I guess so we can stay out of the cold, not for you, but for us. Again, 2015 Camry. I'm going to put it in reverse. You'll see the camera pop up. It's hard with our lighting to see that. But again, now this car, and again, comparing this to the Sonata because we just drove it, so I apologize, but that's a car that we were just recently in. This car does not turn. The description on the screen does not turn when you turn the steering wheel like some other cars do. Not a big deal. It's not a deal killer. It's just something that we thought we would know. This is going to be a standard feature on all cars in 2016 here in the United States. That's something else to remember if you're looking at these cars in the U.S. And I know a lot of you watch these reviews from around the world, so bear with us. I don't know all of the rest of the world and how the cars work elsewhere. I know a little bit about it, but not extensively. So in your particular area, your part of the world, you're going to have to double check to make sure that everything we're saying applies to you, because it may not. We have different things here in the United States than you have. But I'll put it back in drive. Again, very sporty car. Real quick, we'll go through a few things. I got a nice storage compartment down here where you can actually leave your phone if you want. Powered up here. Nice little tray here. Heated seat controls right here. Console comes up. Got a pretty decent console in it. And the other thing about this is the armrest does move, which is again a nice feature. So this comes, moves back and forth. Nice, nice seating. It does feel comfortable. They've done a nice job. Cup holders throughout, 2 here, 2 in each door pocket, a couple in the rear. Nice leather wrapped wheel, all the controls here. This particular car does have adaptive cruise, lane departure, blind spot monitoring, and and a host of all the other things you would come to expect with the nav and all the rest of the Intune and everything that Toyota does. Again, I do like Toyota's system. They have a very nice, easy to navigate through system. It really does work very, very well. So let's take a quick drive here, and we'll come back and we'll do the interior. One thing I should note is one thing they did do, all new for 2015, again, with all the changes they made, over 2,000 parts that they changed on this car, it's a stiffer car. They've gone through, stiffened up the body, the suspension, depending upon the model of the car you buy, from the different series, from hybrid all the way to the XLE, depending upon what you buy, the suspension is tuned a little differently for each car. So if you're really prone for, wanting to know how the ride is, you need to go out and drive the different models so you can get the different comparisons on how they actually drive and work, so you know which one to buy. This is the XLE version. It's going to have a little smoother ride, a little softer suspension. Old guy like me, works out really well. Their SE version is going to be a little sportier. It, again, just depends on what you're looking for. But this car, again, I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. Toyota's done a great job on improving the interior sound deadening of the cars. You can tell us driving along right now. I'll be quiet for just a moment. You can kind of hear how quiet it is. And it is a very quiet car. Going down the road, even at, I'll tell you, going down the road at 60, 65 miles an hour, the interior noise level just doesn't change a whole lot. One other difference, though, that I did notice between this car and the Sonata, that I think we pointed out on the Sonata had an entire full moonroof that opened all the way back and forth. Really, really, nice interior, that way as far as how it actually looked and worked. This car, of course, does not have that. It's got just a regular old normal sunroof. You manually put it back and forth. Open and close, I should say. But again, this is a staple car for Toyota. As I said in the opening, this car, literally, if you took Camry and it was its own car company, it would be one of the biggest car companies in the world. That's how many Camrys they have produced. And of course, you all know Toyota is the #1 car manufacturer in the world today. So very great car. It's a staple product. It's a stable product. And it's one of those that will give you a lot of life over the years. And Richard even said in the short review, my son Richard, who's behind the camera, this car is the type of car you could drive it, pass it down to future generations, and it's a car that will just keep on running. They've done a fantastic job. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the drive. We'll go through the interior now. Push the button here, trunk opens, and again, it's not an automatic open, but it does have enough springs where it's it pops up. Again, all the manufacturers are really starting to do this on a little bit of from the medium to the high-end cars. Cover up the hinge mechanisms. That makes it look a lot better. Of course, this padding underneath the trunk. A lot of things that they've done on Camry for 2015 is to quiet the interior of the car down. And I will say, after driving it, it is quiet. I mean, Toyota, for years, I knocked them and knocked them and knocked them for having a really loud interior on their cars. And I will tell you that they have done a much better job here in recent history, and I'm going to give them some kudos. They've done a lot better job of making the interior much more quiet. You saw Richard go through the trunk. Nice sized trunk, really big sized trunk. Put as much in there as you want. Both seats will fold down. You can see that here. Another great option Camry has. Let's climb into the back seat. One thing that we want to keep showing you, especially for you ladies, is we're going to start pointing out what the slope is like getting in and out of the car, because the more angle here, the harder it is for a lady, especially with a skirt, to get in and out. For Richard and I, of course, that's not a big deal, no skirts, but nice big back seat inside of Camry. Center console that folds down. You can put a person in here, but it does have a console, cup holders, vents. One thing that I noted that the Sonata had that the Camry doesn't, though, and this might be an option, you'd have to check this in the data sheets or online, no power port back here. A lot of the cars we're driving nowadays, the console, they actually will have a power port in the back to charge your phone or do whatever you want to it. Nice headroom, and this does have the sunroof in it, which has to slide back, so that lowers this portion down ever so slightly, but still good headroom back here. This is okay. It's a little plasticky looking, but again, we're in a mid-series car. Not going to knock it too much. Although, I will tell you this, the Sonata we just drove into the review on actually had nicer upholstery on the door panels than what this particular car does. Again, just giving you guys some comparison. Leather in this, very nice, very soft, and they've kind of done that in two parts. Leather on the front seat, and they've got their pleather or whatever you call it on the back. It's more of a vinyl look. But again, if I was a lady getting out, I could swing both legs around, hop out. Works out really nice that way. All right, folks, we're back on the interior, and a lot of this we showed you in the driving portion. But again, very nice car. I can't say anything bad about Camry. They've done a good job on the car. They've redone the entire interior. Nice, leather, soft touch material. Everywhere inside. They've kind of got a dash where it's got a stitching appearance to it. Again, all new radio, nav system, steering wheel controls. Again, some of this we showed you in the driving portion, but again, they've done a very nice job on this car. Heated seats, not cooled though, I will say, just heated seats, and I don't believe, I'd have to look at the material again, I don't believe there's an option for heated seats in the rear, which again, some of the other cars we've driven in this segment do have heated rear seat options. But is this a great car? Absolutely. Will Toyota do very well with this car and hit a home run with it? Absolutely. This is a car that you could definitely buy, drive 300,000 plus miles, have low cost of ownership. Yeah, the price is in the mid-30s to start with, but this is a great buy. You can't go wrong buying Toyota Camry. It's why it's been the strongest selling car in North America for the last 12 years. With that, we're out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this review today that we've done for you. And as my son always says, check out all the rest of the reviews that we have. Please make sure you go out and drive whatever car it is you're looking at yourself. Don't go off of any review that you watch, either ours or somebody else's or what you read. You need to go out and experience the car for yourself. But remember, we're on air, Drive Radio, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's here in the Denver, Colorado market. You can catch us on the TuneIn app at 560thesource.com. Just look for 560 here in the Denver market. You can also watch us live on YouTube. We stream our broadcasts every Saturday on our YouTube channel, Drive Radio, all one word. You can also find us on our website at drive-radio.com, and you can listen to us live right on our radio station's website, which is 560thesource.com. With that, we're out of here. Hope you have a great time, and thanks again for watching.